Hello everybody. This has been a long week for the Suns for sure. So before the Bulls game, we found out that Mark Williams is out for 2-3 weeks with a foot injury. And due to that injury, we've been able to see more of our boy Malawatch. And I think he's been pretty solid so far. He was solid in the Bulls game. And let's not talk about the Bulls game right now, but he was just solid in the Bulls game. And then in this Pelicans game, he was also really solid. He had 4 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 blocks. It sucks that Mark Williams is out for 2 to 3 weeks with that foot injury, but this is like the perfect time to see what Malawatch is for the Suns and what he can do with a consistent role for like 10 games, 15 games. Overall, like I'm still pretty happy with Mark Williams. You know, he's been playing a good amount of games. And this season, he's hit 55 games, I think. That's how much he's played so far. And that's like the most he's had this for his whole career. So I'm just happy that he's been able to stay healthy this season. And he does deserve this little break to recover from his body, because it does feel like recently in these games and like this recent stretch, he just hasn't been the same Mark Williams that we saw in the first half of the season. Like in the first half, you could remember so many plays where he was so important for the Suns. And we know he was important because we would want also to have like 5 minutes in a game and like have a short burst, and then we would be like, all right, put Mark Williams in. It's time for us to see our 7-footer and see what he can do. During those stretches of games, Mark Williams was really important for the Suns to win games. But now we finally get to see Malawatch play. And again, guys, I think he was solid in the Bulls game. I saw a couple people be mad with his performance in the Bulls game. I think a lot of people were saying that, yeah, I think a couple people were mad about the Malawatch game with the Bulls. I think a lot of people were getting mad about his inconsistent play or like his little defensive mistakes. But I think overall he was just fine. Like this whole entire time, my main like thought when he's playing is just let him make mistakes. That's how we learn. Arthur Amen said, at least we won today. It should not have been that close. Yeah, Amen, I agree with you. This Pelicans game should not have been this close at all. At one point, we had like a 10-point lead with like 4 minutes remaining, and the Pelicans just kept cutting into the lead, and eventually they cut the lead to 1 point. Shout out to Zion for missing that one free throw, because that if he just made that one free throw, this game could have been way different. And even in that last play, Zion almost got a steal and was able to basically take this game to overtime. But shout out to the Suns for at least closing this game out. Especially Royce. We always talk trash about Royce, but that man always comes in clutch to hit a three, get a rebound, or get a steal. And those are the moments like we have to realize that's why the Suns keep him in during games. Like we could get mad at his defense all day, but he's always finding a way to make the important play to get the Suns to win a game. So shout out to Royce for that. Oshok said Goody should be back on Sunday, right? So that's something I wanted to talk about. I feel like one of the big reasons the Suns have been inconsistent like these past couple games is because we need Jordan Goodwin's energy. That man always found a way to get a rebound or make extra plays for the Suns, and like you could just feel that energy was much needed in that Bulls game. Like that Bulls game, guys, oh my God, I'm still like annoyed about that game. The Bulls just had like open lanes to the paint. They kept getting offensive rebounds, getting steals that led to like easy transition points. And it felt like if Goodwin was just there, like that game wouldn't have been that close. Like the Suns could have probably won that game by 5 points, 6 points, or something like that. That's how important Goodwin is to this team. Like I would say Goodwin is more important than Dillon Brooks right now, just because of that energy from Goodwin. Like if we just had Goodwin right now, the Suns would be all right. We would at least be a little more consistent. Amen said, I like Jalen Green actually playing good today, though watching him last few games was hell. I mean, you're not wrong at all, Amen. What game was it? That Bulls game, that was a terrible, terrible game. I'm just happy that he was able to have a good game against the Pelicans. I think he scored 24 points, 25 points around there in this game. And he was really solid. Like we finally got to see what Jalen Green can do when Devin Booker is the first option and Jalen Green just has to make that extra pass or like make little decisions. Like he doesn't have to have the ball in his hands and like make decisions the whole game. And we finally got to see him just attacking the rim, hitting some timely threes, hitting some timely middies. Like he was just good in this game. There was no point in time where I was like, oh, Jalen Green, don't shoot that. Oh, Jalen Green, you're not feeling it. Just don't do this and that. Something else I want to talk about besides Malawatch, who's been pretty good, like I said, And he had another game, a good game against the Pelicans. He had 4 points, 4 rebounds. And I was low-key surprised when I saw he had 5 blocks. Like, did anybody else expect Malawatch to have 5 blocks in this game? He had a really good game defensively. Like, really good rim protector out there. And it did, there was like this one run, I think it was in the end of the first quarter, where the Pelicans were just attacking the rim when they saw Malawatch. And that was one of the moments where I was kind of like, these are going to be the growing pains where we have to just stick with our boy Malawatch because they're just gonna try to attack him since he's a rookie and they're trying to see like what they can get away with when he's on the floor. And during those moments, it felt like after that moment, he was basically just consistent. Like I didn't feel like they just kept attacking him and seeing him as the weakness in the Suns' defensive plan. Like it felt like he was pretty much good after that. And those are the moments where I think Suns fans should just like, give him some grace. Don't judge him too hard. Don't get annoyed or frustrated with his mistakes. Like just give him some time to grow. Like I really think after the like 10 more games, 5 more games of him getting consistent minutes, we're going to see like a big change in his game. And I think everybody's going to be grateful for him having this run. And the other rookie that I wanted to talk about who's been really, really good is Fleming. Guys, like Malawatch has been solid, but Fleming, he's been amazing. I feel like he's been amazing defensively. He's just been like hitting his threes. He's been attacking the rim when the Suns need him to. So in the last 3 games, he's been averaging 6 points and 5 rebounds. I didn't really calculate his like 3 point averages in those 3 stretch of like those 3 games that we've had so far, but it definitely feels like he's at least 40% because he's just been hitting threes like nothing. Like it feels like when he gets the ball, is going in. Like it's cash. And I just been happy with Fleming. Like legit, if he keeps playing this good, there might need to be a conversation about this man being the starting 4 on this team, like in the next 5 games or something. Because I just think he's been really solid. And he deserves a chance to see how he does as a starter. But that might just be me being a homer or like just too confident in Fleming's ability. Like he's doing this in 20 minutes. If he was a starter, he'd be having like 30 minutes. And going from 20 to 30 is like a big difference. Like he'll need to be having more energy. He'll be more exhausted. Like who knows if his 3 point shooting will stick and his rebounding will stick if he has more minutes to add to that. Where do you think the Suns will finish in the playoffs if we make it? That's from my boy Z Lopez. So after that Bulls game, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I definitely think we're a lock in for the 7th seed in the West. It just feels like we just have too many injuries, and it feels like the Lakers are always winning games. Like they always go on like a 3-game winning streak, and we're always behind them by like 2 games. And the Suns always have a chance to like cut into that lead, but then the Suns lose an easy one. Like, guys, we went into that Bulls game thinking it would be an easy win, and the Suns lost. And the Suns are going to play the Hornets next, and that game is not going to be easy at all. Like, I definitely think the Suns are going to have to bring their A game just to win that game, because the Hornets are like one of the hottest teams in the league right now. And I just don't know if the Suns have enough firepower offensively to match them right now, because those Hornets teams, man, they're cooking out there. So I definitely think the Suns are most likely going to be the 7th seed in the West, and I think that's fine. Like, we need to remember that before this season, most of us thought they were just going to be the 10th seed, 11th seed, or 9th seed, like around there. So I'm just happy that they're the 7th seed. And I hope they use this chance to just like give the rookies a chance to see what they can do. Like I want to see my boy Malawatch and Fleming play 20 minutes in this last stretch of games just to see what they can do, especially since they're most likely going to be locked in with the 7th seed. Because who else can the Suns really pass? It's only the Lakers, I feel like. The Rockets are low-key going down, but I feel like they lose 1 game and then like everybody makes a big deal about it, and then they win 3 games later. Like, I just don't think there's anybody right now that the Suns are most likely going to pass. Like, the Wolves have been playing pretty good, so I don't think they're going to pass them. The Nuggets, like, all these teams ahead of the Suns, like the Nuggets, Wolves, Rockets, Lakers, they've had points in this season where people think they're going to go down in the standings, but somehow they always just stay consistent and like they never go down as people think they are. So I just don't think the Suns are going to pass them at all. I am happy still, guys. I'm so happy that we at least had 2 good games from Jalen Green this week. Hopefully he keeps the momentum going, because that bad stretch was really, really bad. I don't know how many games that was, but it felt like 20, just because it never felt like Jalen Green had a good game during that stretch. He was shooting like something 30% from the field. Like, that's really low. And I'm one of those people that had like low expectations from him, but for him to be that low is really, really bad. Like I just wanted Jalen Green to at least be solid on the Suns. So I'm hoping with these two games he like keeps that momentum going and he just stays consistent. That's all I need from you, Jalen Green. Please just be consistent. Just give me 20 points on like 45% shooting, field goal shooting, and like maybe 35 on 3 points, 3 point shots. Like that's all I need, Jalen Green. That's all I need, please. I'm not asking for a lot. It doesn't even have to be 20 points. Give me like 15 points. Because by the end of the day, we do need Jalen Green, guys. We need him to attack the rim because he's one of the few players that can do that on this team with this fast first step. Someone asked, what do you think about Dunn? All right. I think it might be that time to talk about Dunn. I'm just disappointed with Dunn, guys. Like I thought he would use this opportunity with Brooks and Goodwin out that like he would just outperform what he's been doing so far this season because he was solid for the first 10 games of the season with his amazing energy, but ever since then like he's just been really inconsistent. Like sometimes we'll have a good Ryan Dunn game and then for the next 5 games he's just in the background. Like either way he's been really good defensively, but it definitely feels like he should be doing more offensively. Like I need him to attack the rim more, and he has those chances to attack the rim more, and I need him to hit those threes. Like I just wanted more from him this season, and so far he hasn't done that yet, and I am disappointed. But by the end of the day, he's just a sophomore, so maybe he just needs another year, and maybe he'll have a breakout year next year. Because either way, even though I've been disappointed with his game this year, I still think he's been solid defensively. He's been mid offensively, and what else do you want? You know what I mean? Like, do we want a player that's just like bad on both ends? And that's not Ryan Dunn. Like Ryan Dunn at least can give you good defense, so I'm at least happy with that. But I do wish he would be more consistent next year. And if he's not consistent next year, I definitely think it's time to like throw him in some trades or something for a bigger piece or a bigger player that the Suns will benefit from. So Arturo said, Green, I feel he's too good to not work out. I agree with you, Arturo. I feel like Jalen Green, like I know he has a bad rep of being a bad offensive player. Like like he'll make shots, but he'll make 24 shots to get like 20 points or something like that. That's what people describe him as offensively. And I just feel like Jalen Green has been that type of player just because the Rockets needed him to be that type of player. And I think with the Suns, Jalen Green will be much better offensively because he'll be more efficient with Devin Booker being the first option. Like I just think we need to give Jalen Green a little bit more time, just a little bit more time. Like we've seen in this Kings game and the Pelicans game that he could be efficient. We just need to give him more time, guys. Like don't hit the panic button just yet with Jalen Green. I know it. I know it looks beautiful. I know it looks beautiful. Like you want to hit that panic button and trade him for somebody else like Julius Randle or PJ Washington. But let's just give it a little bit of time, okay? But low-key, I would be down for PJ Washington or Julius Randle, low-key. They would make the Suns really good. And they would be our starting four, basically. So I woke up this morning and I went on Reddit real quick. And like when I went on Reddit, the first image I see is his mugshot. And I was like, what the heck happened to my boy Dillon Brooks? And it says, Dillon Brooks has been arrested for a DUI in Scottsdale. And as soon as I saw Scottsdale, I was like, all right, why was my boy driving under the influence in Scottsdale? Like that's the worst spot to do it. Like my man was gonna get arrested either way. Like they were gonna get him in Scottsdale. They don't play out there. The Suns did release a statement, and they said something about just waiting or something like that. Who knows? And then later on, I think Gamble came out and said that it wasn't about alcohol that he got arrested. It was because of marijuana. After he said that, then body cam footage came out of his arrest, and I think the cops said it smells like a dispensary in here. Like this whole situation was weird. Like it really went from like a DUI in the morning about alcohol to later us finding out that it's just marijuana. Like I don't know what the Suns are gonna do with this. I don't think they're gonna, suspend him for like 10 games, 5 games for this. He'll probably get a fine from the Suns maybe, and like use that fine to like donate to charity and force Dillon Brooks to like go to like, forced to go to events to speak about it and talk about like how he regrets it and like he won't do it again. I just don't think the Suns are gonna make a big deal about this. That Bulls game, guys, that Bulls game. Oh my God, that was just terrible, Terrible, terrible basketball. Like, that game was the most frustrating game that I've ever seen the Suns play. And we've seen the Suns lose by like 30 plus this season. That's how frustrating that Bulls game was. Because the Bulls going to that game, I think they've only won one road game in the past month or something like that. And then they beat the Suns on their home court. And I just couldn't believe it. Like, the Suns went into that game with low energy. Like, you could tell how low that energy was just at the start of the game. Like, Trey Jones was going to the paint and scoring on us. Like, it was just insane how many times like a Bulls player was going into the paint and scoring. Like, Sexton went off for 30 points against the Suns. And then you had Rob Dillingham going in and making shots at the rim too. Like, it was just an insane game from the Bulls. Like, I never thought they would be that efficient. It was just insane. The thing about that game is that I was looking at the free throw disparity between the Suns and the Bulls, and I think the Suns missed around like 10 free throws or something like that. Thank you, Oscar. So the Bulls had 60 points in the paint. That was crazy. And if the Suns just scored like maybe 5 more free throws, 6 more free throws, like they could have at least escaped with a win in this game. But the Suns just missed too many free throws. And the people that I remember the most for missing free throws was Jalen Green, Malawatch, and Fleming. And also, I think, I don't think Malawatch got free throws. But I do remember Jalen Green, also, and Fleming getting free throws during that game, and they missed them. If they could have just hit their free throws, the Suns could have escaped with a win in that game. But, I guess we can just ignore that game for now, guys. Just a bad game. Really frustrating. Okay, so I went back to the game, and the Suns missed like 9 free throws. And I think it was... So Oso missed 1 free throw. Jalen Green missed 1 free throw. Rasheer Fleming missed 2 free throws. And Malawatch did miss 2 free throws. I knew it. I remembered that. So if those 4 players just made those free throws, the Suns could have probably won this game that they lost by 2 points. What a frustrating game, for real. Like, that's the game, guys, where we need a Goodwin. That man would have created extra possessions for the Suns just with his energy, with getting offensive rebounds and steals, and the Suns could have won that game, I swear. Trap Lord said the Suns have been kind of disappointing lately, ever since Brooks and Goodwin got hurt. Yeah, that's definitely true. Since after the All-Star break, the Suns have not been the same Suns that we've seen. And even before the All-Star break, the Suns were kind of not the same either. I don't know what's going on. I definitely think Goodwin will help this team right now just because of his energy. But I just think these injuries just piled up too much on the Suns. Like, I think the minutes that everybody have had to like endure this season has basically hit them at this point. Like, Jalen Green, he would have been playing 35 minutes this whole season for the Suns. And so far, he's only played like 10 games of like 60 plus games so far. So everybody else that's been playing more than they have to have just like hit that wall basically. Like, Colin for a bit, like he was pretty bad. Colin wasn't bad, but you could tell he wasn't the same Colin that we've seen all season. Like, he wasn't playing that great for a bit there. And I think that's just because of the minute toll hitting him, And it's also a big adjustment for the Suns players that have been playing good this season. Like, Jalen Green does change this team offensively and defensively. So it makes sense for the Suns to be, trying to figure themselves out right now. Yeah, I don't like that people are comparing Jalen Green to Bradley Beal. Like, Jalen Green, yes, he's been bad, but I don't think he's been as bad as Bradley Beal. Like, when Bradley Beal was bad, that man was bad. Like, you could feel the bad vibes from him in a game. Like, there were so many games last year where the Suns would lose just because of Bradley Beal's bad games. And we saw that this year when the Clippers played against the Suns. In that Clippers game against the Suns, when Bradley Beal was on the team still and he wasn't injured, like, Bradley Beal had so many plays for the Clippers that it felt like he was wearing a Suns uniform. Like, that's how bad Bradley Beal is. Like, if he gives you 2 points, he'll give those 2 points back. And with Jalen Green, it doesn't feel like that so far this season. Like, he's been playing pretty good defensively. So let's not compare him to Bradley Beal. And plus, Jalen Green, guys, it was a real injury that takes a long time to heal from. There's nothing like Bradley Beal, who would have like random injuries throughout the season. All right, guys, let's talk about Grayson Allen. So that man has been averaging 17 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists a game this season. And he's been shooting 40% from the field and 35% from 3. I'm pretty surprised that he's only shooting 35% from 3. But, like, for real, I thought he would be at 40%. But 35 is fine, I guess. I just feel like Grayson Allen has been like one of our most important players. Like if you had to do our top 5 Suns players this season, you would probably have to put Grayson Allen in there. Like it feels like when one of the better players that we depend on, like Book, Dylan Brooks, or Colin or Jalen Green, like when those guys are out, like we can always depend on Grayson Allen to score like 20 points on good efficiency. Like that's how good Grayson Allen has been, and his passing has been underrated too. Like it's crazy how many times I go back to like watching the Suns game and like recording highlights for our videos and just seeing like Grayson Allen being the main guy that's always passing to Mark Williams for a lob or Oso for a lob. Like it's crazy how much Grayson Allen's passing has been important for this team. Icy said, "Do you think Haywood Highsmith should be in the rotation or not?" So I'm surprised Haywood Highsmith has not been in the rotation just because he's a vet, and it really feels like Jordan Ott depends on his vets to come in and give the Suns solid minutes. Like as soon as I saw Haywood Highsmith was like coming back from his injury, I thought Rasheer Fleming was like gonna lose all his minutes, but he didn't. So I'm really surprised Haywood Highsmith has not been in the rotation, and I'm not really complaining. Like I'd rather see Rasheer Fleming have consistent minutes right now and see what he can do. And I think Gambo said that the Suns mostly signed him just as reassurance or insurance for next year to see like if they trade one of their wings. And I took that as they're probably going to trade Royce. So they're most likely going to not give him any minutes until next year when the Suns probably trade Royce or something. Yeah, Royce has been kind of good for the Suns, but I just think like the Suns will probably just let go of him just because he is getting older, and there's probably some contenders out there that will be down to give us like 3 second round picks or something like that for him. And the Suns do depend on him to teach the young guys. It does feel like he's one of the most important guys for the Suns culture, just because he does make a lot of threes for the Suns. Like I said earlier during this video, Royce is always making the play that like leads to the Suns winning the game. He'll hit a dagger three, he'll get an important rebound, or he'll get an important steal that leads to a win. Like we saw that in this game today against the Pelicans, and then he just hit a game winner against some team. I forget what team, but he hit a game winner, and then he had a rebound that really helped the Suns win another game. Like that's all recent games that he's been important in for the Suns to win. But that's it for me today, guys. If you guys like this video, drop some comments down below, like the video, subscribe. I appreciate the support, and I'll see you guys next time.